Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns podcast. Have you taken Creative Grandma's survey? Have you? Have you been posting that link in all your crochet groups? Instagram? Twitter? Does Tumblr still work? I don't know. If you haven't, please do that, and that link will be down below. Today, I thought I would go through some of the whips and put them in order of where they need to be worked on. Yeah, I think it's about time. I do have a couple of things that are over here to my side that they have not been started, but there are items that I need to think about starting. But I'm going to finish items first, and I have quite a few. One of those is that poncho I was making on the loom, and it is over there. The other one is Llama Mama Kayla's blanket, the mystery along. I need to catch that up, but then I have a bunch of other items. I have in my lovely little skull bag the very beginnings of a shawl. But this is going to be way put on the hold because it's just beginning. I really don't need to worry about that. So it's going back over here in a pile that says later. The next thing that I have, of course, is that knitted shawl that I've been working on. And it's a top down. But I'm going to set that over a little bit further on the side because I have a couple items that are a little more important to get done. So that'll go there next to its body. I have a item. I apologize for the crinkle because I have it set in one of my bags here. And that is a shawl that I had started crocheting by, I believe it's KT and the Squid. And I just need to finish those rows downward. However, there are a few more things that I have. They're a little more pressing than that because this is a personal item I am making. So it'll go just before the Llama Mama Kayla blanket to work on, because I'll work on this part of the time and the Llama Mama blanket. So it's going to go back in that area with the Llama Mama blanket. Then we have my sweater that I'm working on. I'm continuing to work on this as I go. A little bit here, a little bit there. But there's something that's a little more pressing than that. So it's going right here so that I can work on it when I'm ready for a crochet project. And then the other thing is that sweater that I was commissioned to finish, that I had to look for the pattern for the cabling. I did find the pattern. It is a Japanese cable. So that is going to be worked off and on when I get back to my my sweater. So I'll knit a little bit, crochet a little bit, go back and forth. But the prime thing that needs to be finished, because it's Christmas presents, is this scarf that I had started. And it's a crochet scarf. And I need to work on it, get it blocked. Need to get it finished, get it blocked, get it wrapped. So Christmas presents take precedence. And this is one that's half. See, you can see the nose already starting. My hands are starting to itch just picking it up. That I'm using cotton gloves to work on because of the allergies. But this is precedent, so I need to finish working on this today. And then I'll go back and forth between my sweater and the knit sweater that I was asked to do. My lady that is doing the baby elf shoes, I'll be picking those up Saturday afternoon, I believe. Maybe Sunday. Depends on if we can get together on that. So I'll be doing that. That's it for things that are on my hooks and needles. And then I kind of wanted to share a little bit of what I have plans for next year's podcast and Facebook group. I don't know if many of you know the Facebook group. When it shows there are requests for me to approve, I can't see those requests to approve them. So my administration, Teresa Patton, she has to approve them. I've complained to Facebook about this, so I don't know really what's going on there. They don't really answer. So I haven't gotten any communication from them about what the deal is going on there. So if you have requested to join the Facebook group, you may have to be patient as we get this worked out. Teresa's pretty good about approving people right away. She goes in, she looks, see, possibly if they're a subscriber. I think the other thing she looks at is what other kind of groups they're in. And if they're not in any crochet or crafty knitting or things like that, she generally contacts me and says, look at their profile. Do you want me to approve? Is it okay? And generally, I do approve most of them. There has been one that I did not approve of because male, and when you go to his pictures, it says that he's in the military, and then there are these bases like Saudi bases or Emirates or some places that you're like, really? Crochet, knit, a male? Generally, I will send them a message and ask them to explain why they want to join the group. If they don't respond, bye-bye. So I've had a couple of those that, you're like, I don't know about that. So those folks don't always get through. If you are a male watching this program, watching the podcast, and you've sent a request to join the Facebook group, you might just want to include a note. Many times you can include a little note. You can say, I'm interested in crochet, I watch your podcast, whatever. And generally your approval will come through sooner. The other plans that I have are, as a whole, the Facebook group has not done a lot of things other than to share pictures, or I may post some funny memes or things like that are related to crochet or, funny about crochet, like the sheep that were specifically bred, cartoon. But starting next year, I would like to add in some crochet knit-alongs I would also like to possibly do some lives where we can chit chat those things in the Facebook group. And maybe just, crochet knit while we're talking live, those kind of things. I have not really gotten back into the Zoom. Zoom, it's a great format, don't get me wrong. But I think a lot of us don't like to be recorded that way. So you can't really share the Zoom conversations. But the other thing I find is it seems disjointed and disorganized at times. And some of that has to do with someone's bandwidth may not be as good as someone else's, and you get this funny thing. So, what I have been doing is asking Zoom, going into Zoom and asking if there is a way to um, boost that somehow so it's not so chaotic. I'm looking at some of those things. I know Brenda had done things where she did a little more control about who spoke next, those kind of things. And so I'll look at those. It's just, I've been a little busy with some things for the prayer shawl, and I just hadn't got into that, looking into those kind of things. The other thing is I have been thinking we should do maybe some yarn swaps or yarn trades. And I'm not talking about big boxes full of stuff. I was thinking small, on a small scale, something that would fit into an envelope, like a 10 by 13 envelope, or even a like one skein swap thing. Because postage is going up next year, even higher than what it is. So I thought maybe doing it that way would help keep it to where postage is low. We can still do swaps. You could include a couple of little knickknacks, nothing real big, But those are just some ideas that are coming off the top of my head. So if you think those are some good ideas, please give me some feedback on those. The other thing is I'm working on tutorials to get on the podcast as well. I think we finally got the lighting situated. I don't know about the shadows yet, so, I'm playing with that this afternoon to see, if I can stop shadows. And, because apparently that's a big thing for some folks, shadows. So, we'll look at fixing shadows. And those are just a couple of things off the top of my head. If there's anything else you'd like to suggest, please leave it down below or send me a private message, email, whatever. Now, starting this today, there is a sale in my Etsy shop for 20% off, but you have to use a coupon code. The coupon code is going to be linked down below, but I'm going to leave that here so that you can also see that if you don't, can't follow the link because on phone or whatever. And that's going to run through the 20th of December. And I think that's about it for today. Tomorrow, yay me, I don't think I will podcast for Vlogmas because I have quilting in the morning. We have a couple things we've got planned for lunch, those kind of things. It'll run a little over. And then I get to go to the eye doctor and get eyes dilated. So there will be no lights shining in my face. Well, I guess I could wear my sunglasses. Nah, we won't do that. And I'll tell you why. The doctor that I see is quite busy man. And lots of times when there are emergencies, he sees those emergencies in the office, mixing them in between patients. But he's a bit of a talker. And I can guarantee, because of the impeachment and all this nonsense, he'll want to vent. So I'm pretty sure it'll be a long visit instead of a regular, quick look at my eye, look at the mole in the back of my eye, and, see if the diabetic retinopathy is better or worse or whatever, those kind of things. So, but sometimes when you get in there for an appointment at 3 o'clock, you're not out of there until 5:30 or 6. And that's just the nature of the beast because Fridays he's got to do things. This is the last day I believe that he is in town. He splits his time between Washington D.C. area and here. So he's very well known um, eye surgeon, ophthalmologist. So, but like I said, sometimes when George gets to talking, you're there a while. All right, guys, I will see you again probably Saturday afternoon. Everybody have a great day and, spread a little kindness. Not just because it's a nice season to spread kindness, just because be a better person. Sometimes I know it's hard, but sometimes that's all you need to change your day and someone else's. See you again soon. Bye.